Monday, the 24th of October. Good morning and welcome to the program about the third quarter interim financial report just released by Jyske Bank. Managing Director and CEO Anders Dam is here to comment, but first a few figures. Jyske Bank reports pre-tax profits of 108 million kroner for Q3, while core earnings total 20 million kroner. The top line in the form of net interest and fee income goes up a bit to just below 1.4 billion kroner, while loan impairment charges increased for the second consecutive quarter to total 376 million kroner. Finally, value adjustments account for a negative impact of minus 74 million kroner. Anders Dam, welcome to you. So much for the figures for the third quarter. Now, the result year-to-date, this plus of 426 million kroner before tax, you call that dissatisfactory. Can you comment on that? Well, it is dissatisfactory because we need to make a return on 13 billion kroner, and we must do better than we do now, even with the current economic climate. Apart from that, Anders Dam, a turbulent quarter in many ways, this third quarter, both in terms of abroad and in domestic business, and also within the bank, where we had the first round of job cuts in the bank's history. You've written in the report that this has been a quarter of realization and action. So have you realized and acted as you were supposed to in this quarter? Yes, I think so, because we have realized that the second wave of this economic slump will be of a more permanent nature, which is reflected in the fact that we see a weak top line, whether we are looking at basic customer-driven earnings or the general top line, we see stagnation or weak falls, and combined with increasing costs, that makes it an untenable situation. We've acted to deal with that just before the summer holiday and massively in this third quarter, unfortunately by resorting to a job cuts and also by making a few acquisitions and adjusting our prices to the effect that we'll probably see a slow recovery beginning in 2012. Yes, I realize that you're optimistic about 2012 and 2013. Yes, especially 2013, because with the initiatives that we're taking and are expecting to take, I think that we will have brought us in a situation where we can restore our profitability towards 2013. It does require that the world doesn't break down, but if it doesn't, I think that we're back on the right track. Let's return to today's financial report and some of the items. Loan impairment charges, provisions of 376 million kroner, going up for the second consecutive quarter after a period of declining impairment charges. But these 370 million kroner, is that the new level for Jyske Bank? I don't hope so, but if the growth in society continues to be low, it may be the new level for us. There's a new trend in our impairment charges in that the private customers begin to account for more. Previous years, they have been at 10% for the third quarter, but now they are at 25%, and that's a consequence of the crisis which has lasted for 3 years. And despite the lower interest and tax reliefs given to private households, some of them are beginning to have problems. Now, value adjustment landing at minus 74 million kroner. It has been a low item recently, where you have previously made good money on that. But is this the new reality? Well, it's a reflection of the problems in various countries and the low activity in society, and even in this room, markedly lower than a few years ago. And that is reflected in our report. Now, value adjustments, and if we look at Greece and the things around it, Jyske Bank is known to have an investment in Greek sovereign bonds of about 0.5 billion. And there's a lot of talk about investors in Greece having to take a loss on their investments in Greece. How do you look at your investment in Greece? Well, we have decided when we're dealing with customers, whether based on relations or non-relations, as is the case for Greece, we don't comment on debtors, but it doesn't cause any concern for you. Well, you can compare it to a medium-sized credit running into problems. It cannot shake us up in any way, even if things turn really bad in Greece. Concerning the guidance for the future, you still don't provide any guidance, but you do see positive trends looking forward. Yes, I do, and that's related to the action that we have taken in the bank. We believe that we will see a beginning effect in 2013. 2012, and with the full effect of the initiatives taken in 2011 and which we intend to take in 12 with our conversions, I think that we'll be beginning to see a turnaround in 13. And we must look at the positive things of the report. As I said before, we managed to make a successful conversion both in Switzerland and in Gibraltar, and we've had a nice FSA report on our IT. So many positive things have happened in the bank, but the underlying trends, the economy and society have all done that resulted in a weak bottom line. Thank you, Anders Dam, so much. You can read more about the figures by clicking the link below the program.